Assalamu alaikum. This is the Ministry of Education, Arad Primary and Intermediate Boys School. My students, this is the final revision for grade 6, first semester. In this revision, we will cover all ideas included in the final exam. In this revision, you will practice listening, reading, and writing. So, let's get on with it and start with part 1, listening. Here, students, you are going to listen to this script about computers and the history of computers. Before you listen, you should read the questions. Read the questions and then listen. 1. Read and tick true or false. Early computers were very big and could do math. True or false? Microchips are very small and store lots of information. True or false? The World Wide Web was created in 1979. True or false? People started to buy computers to use at home in the 1970s. True or false? In the 1980s, people bought computers just to surf the internet. True or false? Listen again and complete the space with one word only. Here you have only 2 sentences. Read the sentence, listen carefully, and fill in the space with one word only. The first computers were very big. They were the size of a. The size of what? Listen and fill in this space with one word only. In 1989, Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web, which is a way to organize what? On the internet. Now it's time to listen. You will listen twice. Computers can do lots of jobs. They can do math, store information, or play music. You can use a computer to write or to play games. What do you know about the history of computers? The first computers were very big. They were the size of a room. They were so big that people didn't have them at home. Early computers could also only do simple math, like a calculator. In the 1930s, Alan Turing had the idea for a computer you could program to do different things. In 1958, Jack Kilby invented the microchip. Microchips are tiny but can store lots of information. They helped make computers smaller. In the 1970s, computers were smaller and cheaper, so people started to use them at home. In the 1980s, computer games were very popular. Lots of people bought computers just to play games. In 1989, Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web, which is a way to organize information on the internet. Now people all over the world can look for and share information on websites. Today, people can use smartphones to play games, email, and go on the internet. In the past, a simple computer was the size of a room. Now it can go in your pocket. Now listen again. Get ready.
They can do maths. Listen and answer. Computers can do lots of jobs. They can do maths, store information, or play music. You can use a computer to write or to play games. What do you know about the history of computers? The first computers were very big. They were the size of a room. They were so big that people didn't have them at home. Early computers could also only do simple maths, like a calculator. In the 1930s, Alan Turing had the idea for a computer you could program to do different things. In 1958, Jack Kilby invented the microchip. Microchips are tiny but can store lots of information. They helped make computers smaller. In the 1970s, computers were smaller and cheaper, so people started to use them at home. In the 1980s, computer games were very popular. Lots of people bought computers just to play games. In 1989, Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web, which is a way to organize information on the Internet. Now, people all over the world can look for and share information on websites. Today, people can use smartphones to play games, email, and go on the Internet. In the past, a simple computer was the size of a room. Now it can go in your pocket.
Well, now it's time to answer the questions. Part 1. Read and tick true or false. Early computers were very big and could do math. The answer is true. Microchips are very small and store lots of information. The answer is true. The World Wide Web was created in 1979. Look here. The World Wide Web was created in 1979. This is incorrect. This is false. Why? Because the correct answer is 1989. In 1989, Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web. So, here the answer is false. People started to buy computers to use at home in the 1870s. The answer is true. In the 1980s, people bought computers just to surf the internet. Of course, the answer is false. Why? Because people bought computers just to play games. In that date, not now. Now, students, fill in the space with one word only. While you are listening, you have to fill in this space. And remember, one word only. The first computers were very big. They were the size of what? The answer is room. The first computers were very big. They were the size of a room. Number 2. In 1989, Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web, which is a way to organize what on the internet? To organize information. Of course, you will do this while you are listening. While you are listening, you have to fill in this space with one word only for numbers 1 and 2. Then, it's time to go part 2, reading. We have two types of reading. Reading A, read and answer the questions, and reading B, You will read and match to the correct sign. Let's start with part 1. Read and answer the questions. I am Nasser. Today I am going to tell you about TV and the routine of my family of watching TV. TV sets became popular in our homes these days. John Baird invented the first TV set in 1925. Remember this date. John Baird invented the first TV set in 1925. It was black and white only. Color TVs came out in 1953. They cost too much money at the beginning. My mom's favorite TV program is the documentaries. It's about animals. She thinks it's very interesting. She always watches it. My dad always watches sports programs. Every day there is a live football match. I think football matches are boring, but my dad likes them very much. My brother's favorite program is The Muppet Show. It's on every Sunday in the afternoon. He thinks it's great. I rarely watch it. I like cartoons best. I find them very exciting. Mom tells me to watch nature programs because they are informative. I sometimes watch them. Now, most TVs are high definition. They are called 4K. That means the image is clear because they have 3,840 lines in every inch. Students, have your time. You can go back and read again. Take your time and then go to answer the questions. You can pause the video. Now, take true or false. The first TV was blue and yellow only. You can pause and go back to the reading passage and find out the correct answer. The first TV was blue and yellow only. Of course, this is false. Why? Because the first TV was black and white only. Then, color TV cost much money at the beginning. Yes, sure. True. The documentaries that Nasser's mom watched is about space. No, it's not about space. It's about animals. If you go back to the reading, you will see that Mom's favorite TV program is the documentaries. It's about animals, not about space. So this answer is false. The correct answer is about animals. Then, Nasser's dad always watches sports programs. When you read always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, or never, you have to go back to the reading passage and make sure that it's always, not another word. Here, students, my dad always watches a sports program. So the correct answer is always. Here, the question says, Nasser's dad always watches a sports program. So this is the correct answer. True. Then, choose the correct answer from A, B, or C. John Baird invented the first TV set in which year the TV was invented? 1725, 1825, or 1925? Pause the video, go back to the reading passage, and decide which one is correct. So, the correct answer is 1925. If the TV has 3,840 lines per inch, it means it is, or the TV is, an old black and white TV, 4K or high definition TV, or normal color TV. Of course, if the TV has 3,840 lines, according to the reading passage, it will be 4K or high definition. Then, here students, you have to write your answer. What is Nasser's brother's favorite TV program? Here we are not asking about Nasser's TV program or favorite TV program of Nasser's, but we are asking about Nasser's brother's favorite TV program. Go back to the reading, pause the video, go back to the reading passage and find out the correct answer. The answer is his favorite TV program is The Muppet Show. This is his favorite TV program. Here you see a red line or red lines because the difference between the American and the British accent or way of writing the letters. So what is Nasser's brother's favorite TV program? His favorite TV program is The Muppet Show. Make your answer short and not too long. 2. Why does Nasser like cartoon best? The question again. Why does Nasser like cartoon best? Pause the video, go to the reading passage and find out the correct answer. The answer is because they are very exciting. Look. If you are not sure about your answer, you have to go back to the reading passage. My brother's favorite program is The Muppet Show. It's on every Sunday in the afternoon. He thinks it's great. I rarely watch it. And about Nasser, he says, I like cartoon best. Why? I find them very exciting. So this is the correct answer. Start your answer with because and then a complete sentence. Because they are very exciting. Well, now students, let's go to part 2, reading 2. Read and match the sentences with the correct signs. This exercise is from the booklet. You can go to your booklet and do it on the booklet and come back to the form and do it again. Here, students, you can see some sentences from 0 to 5, and on the other side you can see some signs. You have to match between the sentence and the correct sign. My advice to you all students to read all the signs first. Read all these signs and then match to the correct sentence. Take your time, open your booklet and come back to the form. Pause the video, open your booklet, Unit 4, read the question, all the question, and then come back here to watch the video or do the form. Now, match between the sentence and the correct sign. People travel by ship here. Choose the correct answer. Take your time. Pause the video. The answer is G. People travel by ship here. This is the port. Port straight ahead. This is a sign. The sign says or tells port straight ahead. So people can travel by ship in the port. 1. Put this in a cold place. What is the cold place? Read the signs and choose the correct one that goes correctly with the sentence. Pause the video and take your time. The answer is F. Keep in fridge. The fridge is a cold place. So the sentence again. Put this is in a cold place. And the sign is keep in fridge. They go together. 2. The sentence is not everyone can make a phone call here. Pause the video, read the signs, and choose the correct one. Take your time. The correct answer is E. Not everyone can make a phone call here. The sign is telephones for customers only. So, not everyone can make a phone call because the telephones for customers only. This is the sign that goes with the sentence. Number 3. This building is not open all night. This building is not open all night. Read the signs from A to H and decide which sign is the correct one. The correct answer is H. Door closed after midnight. Ask for key. Look here, students, the sentence says this building is not open all night. And the sign says door closed after midnight. They go together. Number 4. There are not many different meals here. The sentence again. There are not many different meals here. Pause the video, read the signs, and decide which sign from A to H goes with the sentence. Take your time. The correct answer is B. Beef and rice only. Look, the sentence says there are not many different meals here. Only limited meals, not a lot of meals. And the sign says beef and rice only. Number 5. People do not eat this. This food is not for people. Read the signs from A to H and decide which one is the correct sign that goes properly with the sentence. The correct answer is A. Food for animals 30% off. Here the sign says that the food is only for animals. And the sentence says that people do not eat this. Students, in the coming test, inshallah, you will see a question like this one. Not this question actually, but another one, of course. You have to read the sentence, you have to read the sign, and the match between the sign and the correct sentence. Read all the signs at the beginning, and then read the sentence one by one. For example, read sentence number 1 and decide which is the correct sign. Take your time, it will be easy inshallah. Don't draw lines. Don't draw lines. Only write the letter that stands for the sign. Now, it's time for writing. Part 3. Here, students, we have a writing about how you use a computer. We already had examples in class about how you use a computer. They were in booklet page 75 and in your workbook page 39. And you can depend on your ideas. You can write your own ideas about how you use a computer. This is example from the booklet, page number 75. The title of the writing is Write about how you use a computer. This is a sample. I have a computer in the living room. I use it to do my homework, do the school projects, surf the internet, and play video games too. Recently, I have learned how to type. I also like making photo albums on my computer. I always use my computer to search the news, look for information. I always use my computer to study. So, my English has been improved greatly. Moreover, I use it to chat with my e-pals or e-friends أصدقاء المراسلة and send emails to them. My students, before you write, you have to remember that you should cover some ideas like, are computers useful in our life? And you should give reasons. هل الحواسيب أو الكمبيوترات هل مهمة في الحياة؟ And you should give reasons. ولا بد أن تعطي لبعض الأمثلة لذلك. Also, are computers useful in our life? You should give reasons. Also, do you use the computers? And how often do you use your computer? How many times? Every day? 3 times a week, for example? Once a week? You never use a computer? Right. What do you use the computer for? For searching for information, doing projects, doing homework. What do you use the computer for? You should give examples. And it's important to add your own ideas. Sure, you have to add your ideas. And before you write, remember to start your writing with a topic sentence, introduction, مقدمة للموضوع, and to write at the end of your writing a conclusion, خاتمة للموضوع. Let's try this. This is my own writing about how I use my computer. Follow me. Pay your full attention. I will start writing with a topic sentence. I am interested in computers. Full stop. Okay, I am interested in computers. This is called a topic sentence. And then I have a computer in my study, غرفة الدراسة, and you can say in my study room. And another one in my office. Computers Remember, students, you have to generate ideas. You have to write ideas of your own. You can follow the example. You can open your booklet to learn more. You can go back to your workbook and study about how you use a computer. And it's good. It will be good if you write your own ideas. Computers are useful because they help us do many things. Students, I am generating ideas right now. I don't have example that I am writing from. I am generating ideas now. I am interested in computers. This is a topic sentence. This is introduction to the topic. I have a computer in my study room and another one in my office because I'm a teacher. Computers are useful because they help us do many things. I use my computer almost every day. Almost every day. Well, for what I am using the computer? I always use my computer to find useful information. About my projects. I also do my homework on my computer. What about chatting and communicating with your friends or your e-pals? Write about it. I sometimes, of course you studied always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never, which are called in English the adverbs of frequency. We use these adverbs of frequency before the main verb of the sentence. I sometimes communicate or chat. You can use any of them. I sometimes communicate with my teachers. Not only teachers, but also your classmates, your friends. My teachers and friends on my computer. And send them emails. Good. You can add on the internet. Why not on the internet? Good. Remember, students, we started with a topic sentence, the introduction, the opening remark of your writing. I am interested in computers. Then you covered the instructions that will be given to you in your exam. When you finish covering all the instructions or the ideas, you have to write a conclusion, al-khatima. For example, I can write, I think people can't or cannot do without لن يستطيعوا الاستغناء عن computers. Why? Because always ask yourself why. When you write something, answer why. Ask yourself why and answer. By this, you will find a lot of ideas. I think people can't do without computers. Why? Because they are useful. Because they are useful and important in our life or in all aspects or fields of our life. That's all. I think when you finish writing, you have to read your writing again to spelling is correct, you don't have grammatical mistakes. So let's read it. I am interested in computers. Study room, you can say in my study. Okay, I have a computer in my study or my study room and my office. Computers are useful for many things. I use my computer almost every day. I always use my computer to find useful information about my projects. I also do my homework on my computer. Communicate or chat with my teachers on my computer and send them emails on. I think people can't do without computers because they are useful and important in all fields, in all aspects of our life. You can add more and more of ideas. For example, you can watch YouTube on your computer. You can play video games with your friends on computers. You can write or work on your computers. A lot of things you can do using your computer. Just think. Make your mind. Okay? So you can go back to your booklet, page number 75. Also, this model. Also, you can go to your workbook, page 39. Third example. Now, students, you have 3 examples of how I use my computer. Don't worry. Think and write. So, students, that was the final revision. I hope you all do well in your coming exam. See you and goodbye.